Okay, so good evening again, everyone. Let's have another discussion about tools in carpentry, as discussed to you by your instructor, Architect Richard. So, firstly, we have uh, identified the different types of tools. No, firstly, we have the measuring tools. Uh, we will discuss it one by one as we go on with our lesson. The first and the most basic one is the ruler. So we already know what is the usage of a ruler. So kung in the context naman of wooden construction or wooden or in carpentry, ginagamit natin yung ruler na to in a short distance measurement. Like for example, if you're going to measure a 2 by 2 inches na wood, ano ngayon? Yung dos por dos, no? So, you could check it by measuring it in inches or in centimeters, no? By the way, meron siyang different sides, no? The other side at the left side or the right side. So, you can interchangeably, maybe on the left side it is in centimeter, maybe on the right side it is in inches, no? So, for the basic sense, it's a 12 inches or 1 foot rule, and it's used to take a simple measurement. So, we already know what are the uh, basic usage of a ruler. So, that's part of our measuring equipments. Number two is meter stick. So this one is a usually made of wood, no, meter stick used to measure a work of a piece, much more longer, no, when we compare it to the ruler. So sometimes meter stick or typically it's made of wood. Yung isang ruler na yun na pinakita natin kanina, it's made of metal. So yun yung kanyang pinakaiba. And the meter stick is mostly mas mahaba, no? Maybe 32 inches or 18 inches yung kaya niyang i-measure. Next is ang ating pull-push rule or measuring tape, no? Kung tawagin natin sa construction. So, etong measuring tape na to ay ginagamit natin for long distances or yung mahahaba nating mga mini-measure. Ano ba yung mga example natin dito? How long, no, is the typical or the different kinds of measured tape natin? Meron tayong 1 meter, meron tayong 3 meters, 5, 8, and 9, no? Yan yung typically nakikita natin sa mga hardware or hindi kaya dun sa mga um, commercial establishments na nagbebenta ng hardware tools and materials, no? So it's a flexible tape and made of thin ano ata ito, stainless, no, metal. But sometimes it breaks, lalo na kung hindi marunong yung gumagamit, no, napuputol kasi manipis lang kasi ito eh. So you already have a first hand experience naman siguro, no, using this measuring tape. So it also used to measure regular shapes because it's more likely to be flexible depending on how do you use it. Okay? So dun sa video may mga ano tayo doon, example tayo how did they use this kind of tool. Next is the tri-square, no. So ito naman ay ginagamit natin for angular measurement. This is used to measure if your corners are in 90 degrees, 'di ba? Yung right angle on your corners, it may be from your tables, chairs, and anything in carpentry that has an angle of 90 degrees. So, ganun siya ginagamit. So, kung nakikita nyo, yung pinakadulo niya dito, yan yung uh, itatapat mo siya doon sa corner so that makikita mo if there are discrepancy. Pag hindi siya tumama dito sa area na ito, it is not 90 degrees or meron kang adjustment na dapat gawin, no? So usually nakikita natin siya on measurement of 90 degrees, no? Adjacent surfaces for squareness. So kaya siya tinawag na tri-square. Next is we have caliper, no? Si caliper naman, ginagamit natin ito for measuring the diameter, no? Or yung girth na tinatawag, um, yung meron kang mini-measure inside. It could be a thickness or roundness, no? So, it could read in manual and in digital. Pwede kasi may digital siya, no, dito na measurement. Or itong manual, no? So, makikita mo how thick or what's the diameter of a certain measurement, as long as pasok siya dito within the range of 100 millimeter, no? So pwede siya more precise ito if you can use it. Pwede kasi siya mag-measure ng 1 mm, no? 1 millimeter in minimum, or yeah, depende sa what type of caliper you're trying to use. Pero yung pinaka purpose niyan is more accurate measurement, no, of a girth or a small or a thin or thickness of a material. Next is we have the things under marking lining tools. Kumbaga yan yung pang marka natin dun mismo sa dun sa carpentry, no, if you're doing carpentry. First is of course the pencil. We use it to mark our layout and cutting lines, no? So we already have experience, no? Kahit hindi tayo magka-cut, we do it for our guide. Pero usually kasi pag sa carpentry, ginagamit talaga yan for marking where to cut, or asan ba yung where to cut the wood, kung hanggang saan, kasi it's more likely a variable. So one of the marking tool is pencil. Another thing is the marking gauge. It's a wood or a metal tool consisting of a beam, head, and a point using to mark a line parallel to the grain of the wood. Ito naman, ginagamit ito sa on the lining of the dun mismo sa haspe, no, of the wood, parallel to the grain of the wood, no, marking gauge. Next is the chalk line, no? Establish a straight line on a surface. So hahawakan mo siya sa dulo, may hahawak din sa dulo, then pipitikin mo siya on the, ipupul mo siya and then bibitawan mo siya so that it can create a straight line, no, by striking the surface where you're trying to put the marking. So yan, pwede kasing itim or puti, no, si chalk line. Next is we have divider, no? So ito naman si divider has para siyang compass, no? Compass nga ba, or yeah, tama, compass, no? With two metal legs used to lay out an arc or a circle. Step of division on a line. Next is the compass, no, itself. So used to inscribe arc and circle on a metal or wood. So different sizes has different circumference. So alam na natin to, ginagamit na to kahit sa elementary, no. So yan din yung marking natin pagdating dun sa wood, no. Next is ating mga testing tools. Number 1 is plumb bob. So itong plumb bob natin, nilalagay natin to sa corner so that we can see if the edge, no, the edge of our area or wall, for example, or syempre dun sa wood natin, kung nagwa-warp pa siya or on a straight line, no. So ilalagay lang siya dun sa corner, tapos hayaan lang siya, the gravity will do its thing, kasi mabigat tong pinakadulo niya, so it basically creates a straight line. So ano lang siya, you could measure here the straightness of the edge of your wood, no. Pero kailangan nakatayo, no? Kasi ito, pababa kasi yung ano nito. Para siyang hinuhulog. Kaya nga siya sa Tagalog, hulog, no? Ang tawag natin dito. Ito, in English, that's plumb bob. Right? So, ito yung kanyang itsura in the actual. Next is level bar or spirit level. So, as you can see here, it has different angles, no? Pwede kasi siyang measuring the 45 degrees, measuring the horizontal 0 and the vertical na measurement, no? So pwede siya uh, uh, how do you use level bar? Syempre, ipapatong mo siya doon sa area where you are going to check if yung flat na area na yon is on 0 degrees, no? Syempre, pag 0 degrees ka, you have a straight line, no? Pero pag kasi ang laman ng level bar na ito is meron siyang bubble and then it has something maliliit na measurement in along the tube. So kung makikita mo siya pag hindi siya gumitna or the bubble is skewed to the left or to the right, it means there is a discrepancy on the angle, no? Hindi siya zero. Kumbaga meron ka pang dapat i-adjust on that certain line, no? Or certain straight line. Pwede kasi siya patayo, pahiga, and pa incline, no? Ang measurement. So ipapatong mo siya doon sa area na 'yon. Next is ating level hose. Itong si level hose ang Asian technique, no, for testing the levelness, lalo na kung wala pang laser, no? Si level hose ang ginagamit for measuring the first distance to another distance in vertical level, no? So kung may measurement ka dito on that certain area, like for example 2 meters, may tubig dito sa taas, sa loob mismo, no, ng level hose mo. Dapat sa dulo nun is pag tinapat mo siya dun sa marking mo, dapat magpapantay yung tubig nito dun sa marking on a 2 meter mark, no? Kung hindi siya pumantay, so it means yung marking mo sa kabilang side is hindi siya pantay on both sides, no? So ganun siya ginagamit, no? So may humahawak dito sa kabila, may humahawak din dito sa kabila. Kaya siya mahaba kasi it could be used on perimeter fence, mahahabang walls, as long as ano siya, horizontal, no? Horizontal, yet the measurement is vertical. Ayun. It's used more likely on vertical measurement pero on a horizontal area. Ganon. No? Si level hose ginagamit. Next is we have the edge cutting tools or yung pangputol natin sa ating mga woodworks. Number 1 is the chisel. So, it is used to trim and shape woods, whether what type of design you're trying to do or to make, no? Hinahawakan siya dito sa handle at manually striking the handle, no, by a hammer or a hammer, no? So typically hammer yung ginagamit. Next is the plane, no? Itong plane natin is the manual planer, no? Pero meron na tayong mga mechanical planer or electrical planer. Yan usually yung ginagamit in the modern days. Pero itong plane na to is manual, no? So there's the handle, no? There's the handle. And then you push it like push on the meron kasi siyang kahoy dito sa baba so that pumantay yung kanyang smoothness or may hinahabol ka kasi pag nilinyahan mo din naman yan or kailangan mong bawasan yung area na yun. So you have to use plane, no? So yung labas niyan is parang ano ka, no? Nagka-cut ka into thin sheets, no? Of wood para mabawasan yung area na yun. Used to smooth and flat the surface. So we have different kinds of plane. We have jack plane, foreplane, pointer plane, and smoothing plane. So each and every plane has different usage. Next is spoke shave. It is a small plane, para din siyang plane pero on the more intricate manner, no? For irregular shape objects. Kasi pag ginamitan mo siya ng plane, mahirap siya makuha yung mga details kasi mas malaki kasi itong plane compared mo dito kay spoke shave, no? Usually ginagamit siya sa mga decorative works. Yon. Next is the cabinet scraper. It's a rectangular piece of steel with two cutting edges used for working flat and curved shape. As you can see, it's like a double-edged sword, no? So ginagamit din siya for cutting edges. So sa mga um, beveled areas, no, or sa mga edges ng wood natin. Next is we have the tooth cutting tool. We have the cross saw, no? So manual cross cut saw natin, or tinatawag natin tong anyway, iba pa pala to, no? May hacksaw pa tayo, itong plain tooth. We have the different kinds of tooth, no? Great American tooth, perforated lance tooth, no? And etc. So used for cutting across the grain. So nakita niyo naman siguro yan, most likely sa carpenters, pag manual labor, ito yung ginagamit niya for cutting woods and everything that needs to be cut, aside from metal, no? Kasi masisira tong tooth niya if pinag-cut mo siya sa metal. So usually ang ginagamitan nito is kawayan, kahoy, and anything na medyo soft, no? So that you can use this kind of saw. Next is we have the hacksaw, no? This is more likely more fine yung kanyang mga tooth. Maliliit lang siya, no, compared dun sa hacksaw sa pinaka saw tooth natin kanina, no, na medyo malalaki yung mga teeth. Etong hacksaw ginagamit mostly sa mga metal. Ito naman yung ginagamit for metal cutting and pipe cutting. Kasi mas sturdy yung ano nito, finish, no, pag ginamit, at mas fine. Next is the rip saw. Okay, it's just like the cut saw natin. Ginagamit din siya for cutting along the grains, and it has different types of tooth, no, rip saw. Next is back saw. This kind of hand saw is a metal back and plywood and generally used for bench, sewing, and dovetail joints. Dado joints and other joints where wood is held for a vise or meter box. No, it has different angle so that hindi siya masakit sa kamay, no, dun sa handle niya, right? Kasi the force is more likely to be going up. Next is compass saw natin. It is used to cut a regular shape kasi nga maliit yung kanyang blade. Pwede siya pumasok on the corner or on the circular edges, no, ng plywood or wood na hindi maaabot ng malalaking saw, no. Next is the turning saw, used to rip, cross, and cut curves in lumber. So, dalawa yung handle and dalawa yung laborer nito, no. So, as you can see, no, in the image that we have an example, no, that it should be done by two manual laborers, no. So push and pull action lang din siya, so that two forces are, so pagbalik niya there's another force para mas mabilis yung kanyang cutting action. Next is we have the coping saw. It's a U-shape saw used for cutting a regular shape in small boards. Yun. As long as makakapasok yung board mo on this area, coping saw is one of the good tool, no, kasi fine din to yung kanyang cutting characteristic. Then maliliit din yung kanyang teeth, and pwede siya on the intricate details and curved areas. Next is dovetail. It is a small box saw with a straight chisel type handle used to cut very fine joints. So for decorative details then. This is the dovetail saw. Next is boring tools, or yung pang ano natin, tawag sa amin yan pangbuho pangbutas, yon, pangbutas natin. These are the auger bits. This is for the manual pa din ito, no? Manual auger bits used to make holes in wood. So basically, as you can see in the example, the pointed area will be the first one to drill, no, on the wood. Then the remaining parts of it will push the wood out of that certain hole, no, so that hindi siya ma-stagnant dun sa loob at hindi siya ma-compact. So yun, these are the auger bits. Next is the expansive bits, usually ginagamit sa mga mechanical or drill bits, no, used to drill holes in various size in woods. So as you can see, meron siyang different sizes, and each sizes has different diameter when used in wood. And next is drill bits, used for boring holes, either metal, woods, or plastic. Different kinds of drill bits are used for different applications, no? Magkaiba yung drill bit sa wood, sa metal, at sa concrete. Holding tools, or yung hold in place natin, kasi pag we are working with carpentry, sometimes we do glue, no? Ginuglue natin yung two pieces. Ginagamitan natin ng wood glue and other adhesives so that they become one, no? Kasi kung nakikita nyo, mga furniture natin, sometimes hindi na tayo gumagamit ng mga fixing nails, no, etc. Ginagamitan lang natin ng glue so that hindi siya masira. So there are tools, no, to hold them together. Like for example, C-clamp, no. The action is turning this lever. So if you turn that clockwise, no, it will push the handle nearer on the head, dun sa head, so that mahawakan niya ng maayos yung whatever in between of this. So syempre pag maliit, you just have to turn it clockwise. Pag gusto mo namang luwagan, counterclockwise. So ganun yung action ni C-clamp. Next is bench vise, more likely to be mechanical version of the C-clamp. So etong area na to, on this space, this is the where you put the material that you're going to hold, no, to hold in place so that you can work it. It's either metal, wood, or anything, no, that you're going to work on, as long as it needs to hold something, no. So pwede mo siyang higpitan or luwagan. Just turn the lever here. It's more likely to be mechanical. Next is the bar clamp. Etong bar clamp has limitations, no. As long as the clamp, or I mean as long as the thickness or the length of your material, no, that needs to be hauled is under the length of the bar clamp. So it's a piece of metal pa din, no, used to hold large boards or frames together while assembling or gluing. So more likely to be ano siya, ano nga yun, portable na type. Okay, so kindly get my charger. Next is miscellaneous tools. Firstly, we have oil stone, no, used to sharpen the cutting tools such as chisel. So inaano lang siya, kinikis-kis, no, back and forth, so that the point of your chisel will be more sharpened. Next is files. Etong files are used also to make the blades, no, of your hacksaw, of your cutting saw, manual cutting saw, no. So parang ito yung ito na ba? Check ko nga. Alright. Alright, it's used um, more precise, no, yung kanyang action pag nagpapatalas, no, ng ating mga equipments. Next is paintbrush, used to apply paint or varnish on woods. Syempre pag nagpaint tayo ng wood, we definitely need a paintbrush, no, but there are some airbrush tools also has been used. Next is nail set. This is a used to drive the nails of head lower than surface of the wood, so that hindi siya magkaroon ng umbok, no, dun sa wood. Kailangan lubog siya, no, below the surface of the wood. So you will strike this on the head of the nail that you have been ginamit, no, as ano nga yan, adhesive or fixing tool, no, dun sa two pieces of wood. So kung kailangan mo nakalubog yung ulo ng nail mo dun sa baba mismo or di dapat nakaumbok, ito yung gamitin mo, no. You strike it again with the nail set and it will be under or flushed, no, the wood. Next is saw set, no. This is used to bend the upper half of each tooth one another to form a set, no. So wala tayong example, no, how to use this. Next is portable power station, more likely to be the modern type, no, of equipments, no, on carpentry. First is we have sander. So ito yung usually maingay, no, used for sanding furnitures in pieces, pero mas mabilis naman ito compared mo dun sa mga manual nating sanding machines or sanding equipments. Next is router, used for shaping surfaces and edges for furniture parts. So naka-fix siya on, or nakano lang siya, nakalambitin, no, and then you have to guide this router into the different areas of your wood, so that you could have or I mean you could have different shapes, no, whatever you want into your wood, used for decorations also. Next is jigsaw. So uh, pointing down, used primarily for cutting a curved on irregular shapes of woods and surfaces. So as you can see, meron siyang teeth on the bottom, so that those teeth will cut your woods and bamboo if you want to have cut, no, to cut it into pieces. Next is circular saw. the the type of saw used for cutting more precise, no, or a large area of a wood or a plywood, so that hindi ka na mahirapan. It's more likely to be cut by saw, kasi pag manual mo siya ginawa, no, so the if you have time constraint, so medyo matatagalan ka talaga pag gumamit ka ng manual saw. So this type of circular saw is more likely to be one of the choices, no, today. And there are different innovations, no, on this, kasi medyo delikado siya. Kaya some innovations have techniques that the saw will be automatically stop, no, if it can detect flesh, no, on this area. So meron siyang sensor, so mag-stop siya bigla, so that hindi niya maputol yung kamay mo. Next is we have the electric drill, no, so it could be portable or naka-wired, no. Pwede kasing may wire or meron siyang battery, no. So electric drill is used to drill holes on various materials to perform a multitude of tasks, no. So ito ang isa sa mga pinaka lifesaver ng mga carpenter, no, kasi they could use it everywhere, especially pag meron siyang battery type, no, na electric drill. At yung pinapalitan lang diyan is yung kanyang dulo, no. So if you're going to have screws, syempre screw tip yung gamitin mo. If may bubutasin ka, palitan mo lang ng drill bits, no, pangkahoy. So good to go na din siya. Kung gusto mong mahigpitan, so palitan mo lang din yung pinaka tip niya. You could have a fastening or loosening action, kasi pwede siyang reverse, no, reverse counterclockwise yung kanyang ikot, or pwedeng clockwise, no, yung kanyang ikot. So drill bit, electric drill bit. PPE or the personal protective equipment, goggles ba or goggles, no? Anyway, it's used to protect the eyes against flying debris and harmful liquids, lalo na pag if you're working on carpentry areas. So yung mga maliliit na grains ng wood na hindi mo nakikita na lumilipad, this equipment or protective gear is used to protect your eyes. So have this if nagtatrabaho ka dun malapit sa mga areas where you are working with wood, kasi may mga particles na hindi mo nakikita pumapasok dun sa mata. So the goggles or goggles are used to protect your eyes. Ear protector, no? So yung mga equipments na pinakita natin, usually may iingay yon kanina, lalo na yung mga circular saw, mga electric planer, may iingay yon. So the ear protector is somewhat used to protect the ear against high frequency noises on those certain area or specific areas, no? So sound muffles lang to, wala tong music ha, sound muffles lang, no? Ear protector, hindi siya earphones. Next is face mask. Of course, hindi lang yung eyes yung kailangan nating protektahan, kailangan din yung lungs natin. So face mask is this type of face mask, no, specifically this face mask, hindi yung surgical, kasi iba kasi yung grade nun. Etong face mask na to is, this type of face mask is used for protecting your nose upon inhalation of sprayed paints or fumes, especially if you are using airbrushes, yun nga, sa maalikabok na area, no. If you have an experience, no, going inside the wood working stations, so maalikabok talaga siya, so masakit siya sa baga, no, pag masyadong matagal yung exposure mo. So face mask is very important. Next is gloves. So yeah, the basic sense is to protect your hands while working. Apron. So pag marami kang equipments, tools, apron is the lifesaver, no. So ilagay mo lang siya dun sa mga bulsa, and iwas din, no, na maiwan mo siya in every working table that you are going to work on. So, protective gear din siya against flying debris kasi nga medyo makapal itong apron na to. No, hindi siya manipis na tela. So, meron siyang protective layers. No? Kasi baka lumipad yung mga debris ng mga pinuputol or mismo yung yung blade, no. So pwede siya maging buffer for the worker. Driving tools is claw hammer. So syempre, ito yung pinakaano natin, yung martilyo natin is one of the essential, no, for working with wood construction and uh, carpentry. So pwede siya pampalubog ng nails or pangtanggal ng nails, no? Pulling out or dipping in nails. Next is mallet or tama, mallet. It could be made of wood or rubber kasi pag wood most likely wood surfaces din. Pag rubber sa tiles, no. Pwede siya dun sa pamukpok mo sa chisel mo, no. Sa chisel, no, kanina. Pwede kasing gumamit ka nito for para hindi siya masakit sa kamay, no. Pag in-strike mo na yung chisel mo. Next is the screwdrivers, manual, no. Syempre pag wala tayong electric electric drill bit, we use the screwdriver as a driving tool for tightening and loosing the screw. Next is materials in carpentry. Of course, we have the GI wire, no? So, the different types of GI wire, meron siyang makapal, manipis. Pinakamanipis nun is yung ginagamit natin sa mga decorations, no? So, GI wire. Pwede siya for um, temporary wiring or clamping together. Of course, we have screw used also in the different wide range, no, in constructions, in carpentry, etc. Water, no, important, no, in the construction industry and also in carpentry. Steel reinforcement, wala tayong picture pero yung mga bakal natin, isa yon sa mga important things, no, for construction and carpentry. GI sheet, yung yung mga pangbubong natin, no. So typical GI sheet are widely utilized or used in construction and also in carpentry. So ito na yung sawn lumber natin. It could be S4S, no, and it could be raw, no. So sawn lumber, naka-measure na siya with the different length and sizes and thickness. Nails made of metal used for fastening woods, syempre to cluster or to fasten together two pieces of wood. Different sizes also are available from 1/4, 1/8, 1/2, 1 inch, 2 inch, 4 inch, no, hanggang 6 inch ata meron. Cement is a substance where we can mix with water and it could be binder of aggregates. So cement, it became concrete if we mix it with water and aggregate. Next is sand. So it could be fine substance found in shore and desert. So one of the three important factor in the concrete mixture. Next is plywood natin. It's a thin cross-laminated sheets of wood. So malinipis siyang sheet ng woods glued together, and specific sizes could come into different thickness. No? It could be 1/8, 1/2, 1/4, 1 inch, 2 inch. And pwede siyang may other layer, no? Hindi lang siya puro wood, pwede kasing meron siyang gypsum. Kaya siya tinawag na gypsum board, no? Meron ding cement fiber, no? Fisem board naman yung tawag. No? And other additives, no, on plywood has a very wide range of applications, especially in construction. So, madami na yan, no? Next is gravel. We have coarse and fine aggregates also na aral na natin to. Next is requisition procedure. Ang requisition procedure, if you are trying to request materials, no? Kaya siya requisite, no? Request of materials, no? Paano ba mag-request ng material sa site, no? Uh, uh, Actual, no? Paano ba tayo mag-request? So, syempre, may specific format para hindi malito yung nagbabasa ng request mo. You have to state the name of the project, the date where you requested the material, fill in the classification of the project and the purpose, write the number of required materials, list the unit of materials to be requisitioned. Ito yung itsura niya later. Papakita natin. Enumerate the materials with the description, list of cost, pwedeng wala. Write your name as requisitioner, secure the approval of authorities concerned. Ito yung example natin. So for the sample, you have your suggested project. So for your example natin is meron tayong gagawing bulletin board. Okay, yung bulletin board of announcement. So meron siyang date, may balance of quantity, syempre balance of on hand quantity, syempre kung how many you're going to request. The requisition unit, it's either in pieces, liter, kilo, foot, liter, or pieces. Materials and description, syempre nandiyan yung kanyang pangalan. 3/4 inches, no, na plywood, stain maple na pang wood stain natin. Finishing nails, no, as we can see kanina. Sandpaper, yung pang liha natin. QDE Boysen, no, yung Boysen natin as we already tackled it in our paint and paint products. Thinner lacquer and paintbrush, no. So you could enumerate it in different sequence, no, as long as it has requisition unit and ilan ba yung kailangan mong on hand, no. So you have, pwede ding wala ito, no. Pero pag alam mo naman yung presyo niyan, na for example, you are in a hardware industry, so usually kailangan mong malaman, no, o how much is the piece of one plywood, a piece of I mean a liter of stain maple, etc. No, so you have there the requisitioner, dito yung pangalan mo, the shop teacher or shop administrator, and the supply officer. So there should be a requestor and approval individual. So usually ito yung nangyayari, how is the flow chart where you're going to, for example, nag-request ka and you're going to receive the material that you have requested. Firstly, you have to you are the recipient and verify that delivery responds to an open purchase order, no, or yung PO natin. Is the PO number is on shipping on the documents? If yes, you have to skip the one that recipient find the PO in the system kasi kailangan recorded, no, that you have requested. Pag no, so yon, hanapin sa system. If yes naman, determine whether the correct material was received. Anong gagawin? If there's a problem exists, you have to contact the vendor of a problem with order such as, and after that you contacted, it's the end, no, receiving or solving the receiving discrepancy. If there's no problem, you have to transact receipt of materials and inform the requester that requisitions or goods or services have been received. So confirmation, file the receiving documentation, kailangan yung resibo is intact and tama, no, dun sa number of requested. So if there's a discrepancy, it should be noted. Review and correct the receiving transaction as necessary. So end na ng receiving of the materials. This is the receiving guideline matrix. merchandise, blah blah blah, purpose. Yeah. So, basahin nyo na lang later. Requested material and tools according to the prepared list. So, there are such terms like bill of materials. So, this is type of materials listed, the things that needed in a project together with their description, sizes, and amount of prices. It is a piece of paper or a list of materials used in the proposed project. So parts of the bill of materials, we have quantity details, amount of materials to be purchased, unit description, unit cost, and the amount. Meron ba tayong example? Receive and inspect materials. Okay. Wala na. Important to inspect, check materials and tools defects and damages before receiving so that you can ask for a replacement. No? So usually sa mga commercial hardwares natin, nagre-replace din sila niyan, no, for those you have found defective. How to check if the material and tools are complete in terms of quantity, specification. I mean, how to check, no? How to check the materials if okay siya. So, you have to check the quantity and the specification kung tama ba dun sa thickness, sa length, sa sizes, no? Check the physical condition of tools, no? Kasi pwedeng rusty na yung dumating sa iyo. Pwedeng may mga damages upon delivery, no? So there are conditions something like that you could check against the delivered, no, to your site or to your area. Meron mga accessories or kompleto ba yung isang set ng materials na dumating, something like that. Get a replacement for the materials, tools found defective, sign the requisition, or receive materials and tools. That's the end of the topic. So kindly stand by at the Google Meet for the final instruction. Thank you so much and have a good day.